back. So I wanted to go ahead and start with just a couple letters that came into the channel that I'm very appreciative for before we talk about some pocket knives and some gifts. But Brother Jim, he and his wife, Terry, had reached out, had wanted to do a sticker swap, and he sent me, and you guys have seen these. Brother Jim has been so kind, he and his wife, to send out these care packages, and here's a couple of his stickers that I really, I like Star Wars, and it was right up my alley. I thought that was pretty cool. These couple stickers that he sent out, these are going to go on the bonus board. Very happy to have these. Jim, he had sent a very nice letter that that I won't read, but had also sent out a very nice crocheted item that his wife had made, and I showed this to my wife. My mother was, I've got several of her Afghans. Jim, she had done a lot of cross stitching, and I've got some doilies and different things she had made. This is right up my alley, brother. This is, I know this probably is meant for my wife, but this is probably going in here in my hunting room. I have very fond memories of my mother crocheting and knitting, and I cling to those items now since I don't have her. But yeah, I really appreciate you sending this, Jim, and these bracelets, these prayer bracelets, and the beads and everything, and for the very thoughtful letter, Jim. I really appreciate that. Very heartfelt, and I appreciate it. And please thank your wife for these items as well. Very, very appreciative anytime that we get a gift, and just so very thankful for our community, that not only that we have blades and knives and EDC and things like that in common, but our faith as well. So Jim, very appreciative for these gifts, and got a package. And here again, I won't read the letter or the note, but very appreciative, Brother HT, for getting these stickers and a very nice note. HT, Brother Harold, was one of the first ones to reach out to me when I first got my channel up and going. I've been on YouTube for a while, but we just had watched everybody's videos for several years and enjoyed his, and just started doing videos a month ago, but been on YouTube for a bit. But when I finally had launched the channel, he had shot me a message with his phone number and address and everything. I was like, man, this guy, he's the welcome committee. There's no doubt about it. Makes everybody feel friendly, and said some very pleasant words in regarding the channel here this past week, which I'm very appreciative of, and continued prayers for healing for your foot and your back, Brother HT. I really appreciate it. And man, I've got a full house here. I was able to be the recipient of all the decals. I'm very appreciative. I've got acquiring more canoes, and I love my full-size hunters and folders, and just very appreciative for these stickers and for the very kind note. These are all going to be, I'm going to probably have to get a whole new bonus board now with these and Brother Jim's decals, guys. I'm just very blessed and fortunate, and I've got several still out, hopefully being delivered. And JC, if you get to watch this at Mountain Ajar, brother, hopefully they get yours to you sooner than later. Every time I track it, it seems like it's in a different state. I tracked it a few days ago. It was in Massachusetts. So anyway, just very blessed and honored to receive those decals. So I had some technical difficulties, so I'm going back and refilming the first part of this video, and there might be just a little bit of a break before it goes into a second part, and I apologize for that, guys. I'm not always the best at technology and things, but did want to go ahead, like I said, and share some knives that were gifted to me and that I bought. This being the first one I want to show, this was a gift. I'd done a video on this, or a short on this. This was a video from my son and daughter-in-law, who they just had recently gotten married in September, and he's a big sportsman, hunter, and fisherman. He's usually on my adventures with me, but he's actually in Arkansas this week, duck hunting, and took his dogs, and they're coon hunting in the evenings and running dogs, and duck hunting through the day. So I'd say they're not getting a lot of sleep, but prayers for safety for him as they're down there. But he had this laser engraved for me at Smoky Mountain Knife Works, and I do like the 113 pattern. I've got one other 113 I picked this one up. No emotional or sentimental value. It's a NRA knife, pretty cool. I can't remember the name of that wood that they have. It's a different type of wood I picked up at a pawn shop, but this one definitely has some sentimental value for sure. I'm so appreciative of Dylan getting this for me, and but it's not acid etched, it's literally lasered etched, and they did a phenomenal job at Smoky Mountain Knife Works. We've had other items engraved down there, and so appreciative that he got the logo. He said we went with the 113 because that was the widest knife that we could find to get the whole logo on. So I was more than surprised when I got this on Christmas Day. And if you don't have a 113, go pick one up. They're great knives, and they're great skinning knives. Great to throw in a backpack or a hunting pack, and they come with a really nice belt sheath, and they're great all around knives. So another knife, I had seen this knife. The razor knife is the vault knife for this year, so many of you guys know, and I had seen this knife just pop up on Case's website, I think in November, and or the first part of December, but I had seen this knife pop up, and I thought, yeah, I've got to have that. And here I talk about not buying too many new knives, and I bought, it seems like more new knives in these past couple of weeks, are being gifted more new knives than I typically get in a couple of years, but this one was one I had to have when I saw this come up. It's a fingerprint magnet, but it is the, I guess, the case of the month or whatever, but it's a limited edition razor knife. It's got a number there. I think it's 64 out of 350. Yeah, I think that's what this is. 064. It's got a razor edge on it, no pun intended. Good walk and talk. This is the Jig Buffalo Horn, and I think JC Mountain Jar, I think he's got a folding hunter in this same handle material. And guys, this won't be my last one with this Jig Buffalo. I love it. It's a great handle material. I had seen that and just never pulled the trigger on getting one with the Jig Buffalo Horn, but it is a great handle material. This is in stainless steel, which that doesn't bother me, but it's a beautiful knife. It's an XX on the bolster. I love the shield. Like I was saying, it's got the 064 number on it. Jig Buffalo Horn. I think it's, yeah, Buffalo Horn Jig Razor. I saw this and I had to have it, and I pulled the trigger on it and ordered it. And I thought, well, this will be a Christmas gift for myself and for me. My wife's like, what do you, a couple weeks after that, what do you want for Christmas? Or maybe it was that week. And she said, do you want a pocket knife? And I said, never fear. I said, I actually have a knife that I have ordered. And she was like, well, you know what it is. I was like, well, I would know what it is anyway, right, if you're asking me what I want. But put this paperwork back in here. But yeah, she had asked me about a pocket knife, and I said, I've got one on order. When it comes in, put it up for me and wrap it for Christmas. And I said, I do want to see it when it comes in. Well, it came in and she wouldn't let me see it at all. She just immediately hit it, and I ordered it, like I said, the end of November, first part of December, and I saw it Christmas morning when I finally got to open it. And I'm very happy with this. This one definitely won't be carried This will allow me to free up another razor that I have bought to carry, because I wanted to keep one of them put up without carrying it. This will be one that will be on display or be put up that won't be carried. And I had no idea that it was also proper, that it had a certificate of authenticity with it. Had the quantity and the year, the description of the knife, which it was pretty cool. I'm very happy with this. This was a gift on Christmas morning as well. Very, very happy with that. And also had picked up just recently this knife, but I'm going to do a break in the video right here because I'll be coming back to tell you more about this knife. About that, guys. I had to step away for just a minute. But yeah, pick this up. Was looking at this. Now, I was going to be very particular about this knife when I got it. So they had probably, like I said, 4 or 5. I looked through at least 3 or 4 of the boxes. The display looked okay, but it was way more burned or toasted than what I would have been happy with. But I think this is the third or fourth box I looked at. And I'd had this one narrowed down with one other. And I was like, yep, this is the one. And what drew me to it is there's a little bit of lightness there, almost like a creamsicle color. And then it's gradually orange and then darker in the middle. And I thought that's it. You've got every color there that you would want. To me, in my opinion anyway. Now, somebody else may look at this and say, yeah, I probably should have done it. Anyway, I bought it, so I was happy with the color on it. And since I was able to sort of get a pick of it, I shared this with some of the guys in our group. It did have a little bit of blade rub. So that doesn't bother me because you know what? I'm carrying this knife. This is a carbon steel, and you can see there. But everything else, it did have a little bit of a burr. I had to strop it and touch it up just a little bit to get it where I wanted from a sharpness standpoint. But it is the 1095 carbon. It's just a great. Y'all know this 75 pattern. It's just a good pattern. Full size Stockman. I'll probably carry it in a slip. I don't know. I may get a sheath for it. Mike at Make Cutler Great Again mentioned he carried his that way. I don't know. I may do that. But for now, I carried it to church this morning in I carried it in a pocket slip. This pocket slip that I got from Erica's EDC from Slater Leather Works. It's sort of been my go-to for a slip. I've got some other ones coming in, but been very happy to carry that from her. But yeah, I've been very happy with that. These were, I think they're like 89 bucks. I was telling somebody I had a $100 bill that someone had given me for Christmas. Yeah, $89.99. That shot the $100 bill. But for me, I'm happy to have it, and it's been, it's going to be part of my rotation. I've got a couple other 75 Stockmans that I probably won't carry. That are. I mean, not saying this one isn't nice, but I bought this knife with the intention on carrying it, especially with the carbon steel. But to each his own, right? But anyway, yeah, beautiful knife. I'm happy to have it. Those are some of the new knives that I picked up through Christmas. I don't think that I'm missing any. As far as anything else in my EDC, my rotation this week, I've shared this knife before. I love Gerber. This is a tactical / new knife, modern, I guess you would call it. And it will hop out of your hand if you don't have a good grip on it. But this is the 08721. I can't remember the exact model name on that one now, but it is the Tanto blade. This thing, I've had it for a couple years. It's sharp. 2 or 3 years I've had this. This thing is S30V, which is one of my favorite blade steels. I usually carry this or my Spyderco, where I've got a Benchmade. I carry that in conjunction with a slip joint, and sometimes 2 slip joints. But very, very strong. You can get a really good grip. The texturing on it's great. If you've got gloves on, this thing, it you pull this out of your pocket, you can definitely feel confident about whatever task that you've got going on. But that, along with my EDC Leatherworks wallet and my other things, I don't have everything up here. It's pretty much been my EDC through Christmas. But let's talk about some more knives. So I'll pull these out. These are some that I've had. Some of these you've seen on video and some of them you haven't. So this one I picked up, and I had shown this on a video from before Christmas. This is man, it's got some serious snap. This is an old Cutmaster, and here again, I'm not good on aging these Cutmasters. I did the soak. I did. It's got some bad pitting right there, and you can tell because that's where someone has grabbed this thing to open it. It's got half stop, but of course, instead of using the nail nick, you can tell where the pitting is to open that thing up. And, of course, that is the easiest way to open it. Guys, this thing has been lubed. It's been cleaned. It has just got, it's a 9.8 out of 10, I guess, on a snap. But it is a gator, and it's got the serrations. I took a ceramic and I sharpened each individual tooth on the serrations. And it's that sheep's foot, like a rope knife type configuration. I don't know. I had been talking it over with some of the guys in my group. I thought about just even, having this ground down and putting an edge on it. But I think I'm going to leave it. I love a sheep's foot. And this one reason I had seen this knife a while back, one reason I went back and got it was because of the serrations. And I do love the sheep's foot. It is a Cutmaster. I'll get my hands in that, but I mean, she is a gator. But yeah, plastic handles, great little EDC. I've already carried this knife some, but definitely continue to carry that. I had picked this one up, and I love muskrats and I love old timers. So I saw this one and I thought, yep, it's coming home. Had never shown this one on a video. Now the blades are whittled down a little bit. This is the 77 OT. I didn't care. They've been whittled down. Somebody's really used this. Somebody's grandfather or somebody has really just used this pocket knife, and it has some pretty good snap. It did not have really good snap when I bought it, but I had it in the bin for a while and was going through, and I did do a mineral oil soak on this, cleaned out the channels, the wells. Had a lot of debris in there. Got that's as far as I really want to take it. I got the rust off. I like the patina. It already had a good edge. I've not. I mean, it's cutting sharp right now. I picked this up at an antique store for $16. And when I found that, I thought that for $16 for that pattern, this really helps as far as going into addition to my old timer collection. So yeah, picked that up basically just to clean and soak and just really tickled to have found that one. And I found this one. I don't think I'd shown this one on a video either. This is, here again, this one's been whittled down a little bit as well. Uncle Henry in a trapper pattern. I did not have this knife before, but still had good snap. I've not done anything on the edge on that. It's got a pretty good edge, so when I get ready to carry this one, I will touch that edge up a little more. Both the blade, like I said, it's been used but not abused. Was pretty clean, came out pretty well. The Stagallon's in good shape. So yeah, just very happy to have picked that. I can remember how much I gave for that one, guys. It was less than $20 at an antique store. I do know that, but yeah, it had been cleaned and done on that one. So this one is different, and this one is growing on me, and this is the Coralon pattern. It's different. I don't know any other way to put it. I've seen some more of these knives and different finishes and different things on videos and online. If this is your jam, then that's great. I mean, I think that's fantastic. It's not exactly mine, but this particular knife is really growing on me. I've got a muskrat that I bought because it was a good price, and like I said, I love muskrats. And then I saw this trapper and picked it up it's probably 4 or 5 months ago, because it's a newer knife. You can tell there. I think it's 8 dots, so it's a 22. Had it in the bin for a while, and this thing, guys, it's true sharp stainless. But let me tell you, this thing, it's screaming sharp. It had a decent edge on it. Somebody had used it and been a little rough with it. Touched it up, stropped it, cleaned the channels out there, oiled this Coraline, and put a good coat of the mothers on it. And I'm telling you, yeah, this Coraline, this knife is going to be in my carry rotation. It's just a cool looking knife. It's not bone, it's not amber bone, it's not any kind of jig, which is, those are some of my favorite greens, blues, the amber. But yeah, it's just a cool looking knife. And I think I picked that up for like 30 or 40 bucks for a fairly new trapper that was not abused. And it is screaming. I was really surprised with the stainless as good of an edge as it took. But yeah, it's a level full-size trapper, got a decent size hand, and yeah, it's a handful, super sharp, pretty good fit and finish for a newer case. So yeah, that's one I've been working on. Got a couple left on that theme of the old timer. I did show this on the video. I picked this up when I picked up this black anvil and a couple other knives. This one, guys, had more debris in it. Somebody has used this. This has been somebody's hunting knife. When I cleaned this, I was blown away. I think they left part of their wild game in the channel of this. I had no idea when I bought it. Sort of wish I got a picture of it now, but I cleaned all this out. And, I don't think I did mineral oil on this. No, I think I just cleaned this one. It's got liner lock. I've not done anything with the edge until I decide I'm going to carry it, which this one will likely be carried as well. I've got a slip coming from Mike for a full-size folding hunter, so that it'll definitely be carried some. But guys, I did not have this particular model on a folding hunter, this Uncle Henry. And I didn't have the trapper at the time either. Now I've got both, and then I've got a few other Uncle Henrys and really love the Schrade. But yeah, this was a fantastic knife. I'm going to put a lanyard and a bead on it. The blade, it's like I said, it's been used, but it's not been abused. The blade is a little shorter. That doesn't bother me. I'm just happy to have it and give this old girl some dignity back, and it'll be part of my rotation. And then the last one, I'd had this knife for months and months. And Terry, over at Terry's Knives and Man Stuff, had shown a knife very similar to this. This is a Frost Cutlery surgical steel razor knife. And Terry's was really similar to this. And this is one that I picked up in Knoxville for about 10 bucks. And it set and set and set. And I thought, yeah, this is the next one. It's got that, I guess that's pack of wood, some type of wood on that. But here again, for stainless steel, I know sometimes it can be a little harder to sharpen. I mean, guys, it's got a screaming edge on it. I'm going to carry this knife some in my rotation. Parker Frost. This is a Japanese knife, as you can see there on the main blade. The only thing is, and guys, I don't know why we do this or why people do this, but somebody's done a little with the end of the blade. They've bent it just a tad. That doesn't bother me for a $10 pocket knife, but I just wish people didn't do that. But anyway, it's in good hands now. I feel like there's the razor. It takes a great edge. I mean, it's really screaming sharp. Did a good oil on it, sharpened it, mothers. Yeah, it did a great job. So guys, I'm probably getting a little longer on my video here, but I just wanted to just take the time to do a little update. Wanted to show this to a new channel I've been subscribing to, and he just recently subscribed to me over at Watch City Knives. had asked me about this tape measure. I did just, if you see this video, if you stayed around long enough to see it, but because I know it's a little long, but this is a cool little tape measure I picked up. These are reasonably hard to find, but you take your fish, hang it up there, and it's supposed to give you, I'm not sure how accurate that is, how many pounds that you've got there for a fish. You keep this in your tackle box. It's got a tape measure there with it. Just a cool, I think it's a Zebco. Yeah, I'm a fan of anything like this. I love little tape measures and odds and ends. Got my tobacco can. I'm still trying to find these. I've got this Barlow, is in my Barlow video. Still trying to find these. I believe that's an Ulster. Anyway, still trying to find the cans too in the wild if I can find those. But anyway, guys, I want to take just a minute and share some of these with you. I've got some other ideas for videos. Be watching. It'll be coming up. But anyway, whatever you're carrying today, you don't have to carry it alone. Jesus died on the cross for our sins, so we don't have to walk this old world by ourselves. Guys, I appreciate you watching the video, and we'll see you on the next one. Thanks.